on this week's episode of Nauset News. I'm Eli Patrick.
And I'm Tim Polero.
And first up, I have some announcements from the Daily Bulletin for you. The League of Women Voter Video Awards have been given out, and congratulations to the Nauset Regional High School winners for their videos. Get Greener, One Step at a Time by Ben Nigel, Noah Zadzina, and Matthew Campbell. Heal the World by Nicholas Kvarnstrom, Wyatt Gaynor, Richard Emsey, and Sam Cipro. Then, if you need a summer job, Brewster Summer Recreation is looking for a summer rec director, sailing director, and tennis instructors. If you are up to the challenge, contact Mike Gradone, Assistant Director at the Brewster Recreation, at mgradone@brewster-ma.gov. And then Lost and Found. Are you missing something? Well, the Lost and Found is now located at D206 and get anything and everything of yours that you seem to have left behind. That's all for the bulletin. Tim, I believe you have the lineup.
That I do. Thanks, Eli. All right, so first, our top story is on how people spent their vacation and will be done by Kylie Shelley. This week's High Five student is Stephen Kalinick, a well-known baseball player. Sports by Ethan Boyle. Things to Do by Thomas Schultz and Sam Cipro. Special Report is on club offerings at Nauset and will be done by Ava Berardi. Student Council Update by Jordan Auer. College Notebook Update with Isabel Merle. Your weekly health tip is on spring health hazards and will be done by Artie O'Neill and Doug Bizzaio. Around the World by Quinn Miller. Your weekly talent search is on Sydney Cropper, and she will be interviewed by Ben Morgan. And lastly, this week's extra report is an interview with the school nurse and is actually on the dangers of alcohol, and she will be interviewed by Thomas Schultz. That's all for the lineup. I'm Tim Polero.
And I'm Eli Patrick.
And on to your top story.
Hi, I'm Kylie Shelley, and I'll be going around campus asking students what they did for their vacation. I'm here with Gavin Rice. Gavin, what did you do for spring break?
For spring break, I took a train with my grandma to Chicago, Illinois. That was a great time. I saw the Field Museum, I went to the aquarium, I went to the planetarium, and I even met my friend that I met at camp from Chicago, and we spent the entire day together. It was such a great time.
That sounds fun.
I'm Owen, and over the spring break I had a few soccer games, which were off Cape for my club team, and I had a few practices, and I just enjoyed the nice weather.
This is Eli. Eli, did you do anything special over break?
I had some friends come down from Connecticut, and we hung out for a good bit of break. That was pretty fun. Pretty cool. Haven't seen them in a while, like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm here with Ben. Ben, what did you do over spring vacation?
I played a little golf.
This is Casey. Casey, what did you do over vacation?
I slept, I worked, and I did homework.
Sounds like a fun vacation.
Not really, but yeah.
Hi, I'm here with Max Smith. So, Max, what did you do over vacation?
I sprained my thumb playing lacrosse for this school.
Did you win?
No.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Emma, and this vacation I went up to upstate New York in Victor, and I went to visit my great-grandmother, and it was a lot of fun to go and visit her. And on the way we drove up through Albany, and we did a little bit of shopping at the Syracuse Mall. And then after visiting my grandmother for a few days, on Sunday we went to go to visit Niagara Falls, and it was really cool, and everyone should go check it out, especially at nighttime because the lights are on it.
Hi, I'm here with Mason. Mason, what did you do over vacation?
I played lacrosse.
I'm Max Lang. I went to St. Charles, Missouri.
Oh, I'm Jeremiah Pranga, and I went with my sisters to 2 colleges. I went to Bates, Colby, Bowdoin, and University of New England, and that was fun.
I'm Kylie Shelley, and that was your top story.
Hello everyone, I'm Artie O'Neill.
And I'm Doug Bizzaio.
With the health tip of the week.
It's now springtime, and the weather is growing warmer and nicer with each passing day. In the yard, there are many things that can cause injuries while working with tools such as rakes. While using a rake, it's important to check the wooden handle for any splinters or splits that could cause cuts or splinters of wood to enter your hand. When using lawn mowers or any vehicle with sharp edges or blades, it is important to keep your limbs, hands, and feet away from any feature used for cutting. Chainsaws, handsaws, and bolt cutters are all supposed to be used for cutting bushes and shrubbery. So make sure to keep your fingers away from the blade, or you can accidentally mutilate yourself.
Not only tools are dangerous to watch out for during your spring cleanup. Poison ivy is everywhere around this time of the year and is almost impossible to detect within the overgrown shrubbery you may be walking through. Poison ivy causes horrible rashes that are very itchy and cause lots of pain. When walking through the more overgrown parts of your yard, look out for the glossy, three-leaved plant that is poison ivy, and wear long pants so it does not touch your skin. Another deadly natural factor to watch out for is ticks. These small creatures love densely covered woods and patches of leaves. Ticks can cause a disease called Lyme's disease that have a reported 30,000 cases per year in the U.S. that causes rashes, fever and chills, and severe fatigue. To stop these pesky critters, always check you and your clothes at least 2 times after working outside.
Hey, Artie, what's that on your hand there?
Oh, this? It's a bandage. I got a bad cut working outside in the weeds, cleaning them up.
Oh, well, you should have known not to work with dangerous equipment like the weed whacker. You should have paid attention to how you were using it.
Yeah, you're right. I'll be more careful next time. Well, this has been your health tip of the week. I'm Artie O'Neill.
And I'm Doug Bizarro.
Thank you for watching.
Hello, I'm Thomas Schultz, and I'm here today with your extra report. And then join me right now is our school nurse, Miss Langelier. Today we will be discussing the dangers of alcohol in young people. Now, recently there have been one too many deaths in the United States related to alcohol. Especially on college campuses, drinking large amounts of alcohol is deadly, and that is a very serious topic that we want to talk about today. Tell me, Miss Langelier, what is alcohol poisoning?
Well, alcohol poisoning is when you consume too much alcohol that your body can process. So your body can only consume 1 ounce of alcohol, so that's 1 shot, 1 glass of wine, or 1 beer in an hour. It takes an hour for your body and your liver and your whole system to get it through your body. When you consume more than 1 in an hour, so if you have 2 drinks or 3 drinks in an hour, it's overloading your body and your system starts to back up and you start to get all these symptoms that could be dangerous.
How much alcohol does it take the average young person to get into a dangerous situation?
Well, I have to start by saying alcohol is illegal for a minor under 21, but if you drink more than 1 per hour, then your body isn't able to catch up. So you become altered after you have more than 1 per hour.
Now, what would be some safety advice that you could give to the young person who might be involved in drinking at a party and suddenly doesn't feel well or disoriented?
If you feel disoriented or get into trouble, I would say, friends call a parent, get the person around an adult or some help if they need it. An important thing to know about alcohol is that even if you stop drinking, your blood alcohol level continues to rise up to about 40 minutes after. So even if you stop and you think, okay, I've had enough, your blood alcohol level still increases. So if you notice someone's had too much, get them to an adult or, call rescue if needed.
Is there anything else you would like to say?
I would just say be careful, and your body size does matter also. If you have a smaller frame, girls against boys, the smaller you are, you're more sensitive to the alcohol poison, so just watch yourselves.
Thank you for your time. I'm Thomas Schultz, and this has been your Extra Report.
Hi, it's Ethan Boyle, and I'll be telling you about this vacation's sports. Girls lacrosse. The girls' lax team has been kept busy over April's school vacation, and it's been nothing but success. They started their winning streak with a 17-1 home run on April 11th against DY, and then took another victory against Bourne at home on April 16th, this time winning 13-6. And finally, on April 18th, they traveled to Barnstable and won 18-2 in a lopsided victory. Top scorers for Nauset have been Maddie Daly, Eliza Stevens, and Melissa Edney. On defense, Brooke Williams and Chloe Dulac have been rock solid, along with goalie Isabel Travers. According to the girls, the team is loaded with experienced players. The team has 12 seniors, and according to the coaches, the girls have been an unbelievable bond. Boys lacrosse.
On April 11th, the boys lacrosse team traveled to DY and won 13-3. Chase Holmes scored 6 goals, leading the team with points. Also playing well was Tyler Goody, Mason Cornell, Jack Judd, and Salvador Ochoa Cavarrubias. The boys had another nice win on April 16th as they traveled to Bourne and won 12-9. Tyler Goody had 2 unanswered goals in the final minutes of the game, securing the win for Nauset. Hat-tricks on the day went to Goody and Chase Holm. According to the coach, Jasper Treese played well, leading the team in ground balls. Unfortunately, the boys lost a close one on April 18th at home against Barnstable. The game ended in a 10-9 Raiders victory. Despite the loss, Ethan Still made 16 saves in net. High scorers in the game were Tyler Goody and Mason Cornell with 3 goals apiece. Softball. The Nauset girls lost to Falmouth 16-5 on April 10th in Falmouth. Despite the loss, Abby Higgins went 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI. The girls lost again on the 12th against DY, losing 15-2 at home. The girls finished the vacation with a doubleheader against Boston Latin on April 18th. They lost both games despite 2 home runs by Olivia Fitzgerald. Other great hitters during the games were Haley Richardson, Annika Kalinick, and Abby Higgins. Baseball. On April 10th, the Nauset boys baseball team lost a close one to Falmouth at Eldridge Park in Orleans. The 6-5 score was disappointing to Nauset as Stephen Kalinick tied the game with a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th. But Falmouth scored the go-ahead run in the top of the 8th, sealing the win for Falmouth. The boys also had back-to-back games over the vacation on the 17th and 18th. Both games were losses for Nauset. The first against Hingham 11-1, and the second against Hoppington 10-3. Chris Beach hit a home run in the 6th inning as the Warriors lost in a non-league action. On a different note, we would like to say thank you to Coach Jeff Phillips and the boys baseball team for their fundraising efforts over the April school vacation in support of the charity called Cops for Kids with Cancer. The team raised over $1,200 for the charity during one of their home games at Eldridge Park. Track. The girls and boys track teams traveled to Attleboro on April 16th and lost both meets. Nauset did, however, have many great individual performances. Monique Malcolm set a new school record in the 100-meter dash, posting a 12.3 time and also a first-place finish. Abby Farrell won both the 1-mile and 2-mile races, while Malcolm also won the 200. Izzy Nobley, another top distance runner, won the 800. And finally, the girls, Sydney Griffin, had a personal best in the discus throwing 86 feet. For the boys, Chris Pombo won the 400 while Finn Riley won the 2-mile. Aiden Henville won the discus with a 108 feet toss. Jake Pearl won the 800 and Shavar Champagne won the 100-meter. Congratulations to those great performances. We expect to see many of those runners qualify for all states as the season continues. Good luck, runners. Thank you, and this has been This Week's Sports by Ethan Boyle.
Welcome to the High Five Student of the Week. I'm Kylie Shelley, and today we have the baseball pitcher, Stephen Kalinick. Stephen can throw a fast pitch measured to be in the high 80s. He's been playing baseball his entire life and will soon be heading to the UMass Amherst to play for the Division I Minutemen. His Nauset coach, Jeff Phillips, says his work ethic is through the roof. He always works at his craft, taking extra swings and staying late almost every day. So how did you come to pick UMass Amherst?
So like last summer, I was just kind of like doing some showcase and like a bunch of schools contacting me, and then like I visited that one and ended up going there, and it's just like a good area.
What can you say about your excitement in playing the Division I at the college level?
I'd say I'm pretty excited. I mean, it's not like a big difference. It's just like going out to play baseball type of thing.
Tell us about the summer league you play in. We hear you went to the New England Championship last year.
Yeah, so I play for Team Cape Cod along with other people from the Cape, and we play a bunch of teams from off Cape, and we try to get to like the Babe Ruth World Series each year, which is pretty well known around the country.
How often do you strike out players in a typical game?
Fairly often. It just like, I don't know, it kind of happens. It's not like my goal, but it's like, it just happens. But like, every other bat or something like that.
We hear you have quite a batting record so far as the season, including a home run. What's the secret to hitting a home run?
Not trying, honestly, and just like letting your body do the work and just hitting the ball, just go out on its own.
Any final words regarding this year's Nauset baseball team? What are the team goals?
I mean, our ultimate goal is to make it to the playoffs, win the state championship, but just like becoming a better team, just like preparing for the playoffs.
Do you think you'll make the playoffs this year?
Yeah, we should.
Well,
I think
thank you.
we will. Anytime.
I'm Kyla Shelley, and this was your high five.
Hi, I'm Quinn Miller, here with this week's Around the World. This week, we're looking back at what happened over vacation. First story, the biggest story, is what happened in Notre Dame. In Paris, this large church, Notre Dame, which I'm sure we're all familiar with, burned down this last week. This was built in 1163, and the cultural significance of this building is astounding. All of the artwork that was available on the inside has been preserved and is being sent to the Louvre to be kept. And over $1 billion in funds has been raised in order to rebuild. Our second story is about the tragedy that happened in Sri Lanka. Reports are of at least 6 suicide bombings happening across the country. More than 200 are killed and 450 have been injured. 7 individuals have been arrested in connection to these attacks. Our final story is a bit more, let's say, heartwarming. Speaking of hearts, it is a 3D printed heart. The first time in history a human heart has been successfully 3D printed. This is astounding. People have been able to 3D print hearts before, but never with cells or blood vessels. This is a working heart. It still needs to be taught in order to function correctly, but we are closer than we ever have been before. The hope is that within 10 years, a replacement with synthetic components is available easily throughout hospitals across the world. I've been Quinn Miller, and this has been Around the World. Up next, we have Ben with Talent Search.
I'm Ben Morgan. I'm here interviewing Oni Leonarda. I heard you're a very talented artist.
I'm into art, yeah.
So, what kind of art do you usually do?
Usually it's drawings or embroidery. I'm also really into printing.
You make any shirts with printing?
Yeah, I have a silk screen at home that has a Death Note thing on it.
That is really cool. And do you do commissions for your art?
Yeah.
On Pinterest?
No, usually just like, I'll be like, hey, you want a commission? And if they want it, then...
Alright, because if you have a website or anything, we'd be happy to give you a shout out.
No, not as of yet.
Alright. So, who's your inspiration?
My grandfather, actually. He was a local artist in Provincetown. His name is Jack Larned, and he was the main person that got me into art.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. I heard there's a lot of artists out in Provincetown.
Yeah, it's a very artsy town.
That's pretty interesting. So, what do you like to do most of your art?
I think the thing I do most often is draw, and then if I kind of just want to relax and lay back, I'll do embroidery while I'm watching like YouTube or something.
I know, but where do you like to do your art?
Oh.
Because it's always hard to find, to be in the right place for the right inspiration, you know what I mean? Sometimes you can't work in school and you work better outside of school, you know what I mean?
I mean, I do majority of my art either in my art classes or I'll be at home and see something I like and then just get inspired to do that right then and there.
You get inspired by nature or...
Well, I get inspired by multitude of different things, either other people's art or nature or people themselves.
Alright. And you do embroidery on coats, correct?
I do them in the loom and then I sew them onto like shirts and stuff, yeah.
That's pretty interesting. And you do a lot of commissions?
I've done 2 embroidery commissions so far, yeah.
And how long does it take you on average to finish a commission?
The big ones probably take 3 3 to 5 months, and smaller ones take probably about 1 to 3.
All right, and you have a price range?
For the smaller ones, I usually do like $20, and then bigger ones, I don't remember, like probably 50-ish maybe.
Interesting. Might have to get a commission from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone wants a commission, go and find LNA. And where can we usually find you for your art?
Well, you can either look for me just around school, or I have an art account, which is just Elena's art account on Instagram, where you can see like what I draw or paint or whatever.
Yeah, I always see you doing embroidery, especially in astronomy.
Yeah, it's one of the few classes where I don't get yelled at to put it away.
Yeah, I love that pretty little flower you did the other day, that leaf.
The Japanese maple.
Yeah, it was a really pretty flower.
Yeah.
That you did.
That was for my friend Paige.
Yeah, she likes flowers like that? Yeah, I loved it. Well, if anyone wants to get some art or commissions, come and find LNA. Thank you very much for your time.
Sure.
I'll be sure to get a commission from you sometime soon in the future.
Okay.
All right, and that was my top story. I'm Ben Morgan, and this is LNA. Leonard.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Everard here with your special report. Even though classes are already chosen for next year, there is still plenty of clubs to choose from. On Monday, there are a variety of afternoon clubs from social club to student council. Also, if you're interested in something more academic, clubs like math club or medical club are perfect for you. On Tuesday, head down to A building to read and listen to some poems in poetry club from 7:45 to 8 a.m. And for all the future lawyers out there, join mock trial team after school. Make a difference on Wednesday with Key Club, a community service club, and make a new friend at Best Buddies from 3 to 4:45 p.m. Also Wednesday, for Young Democrats, join the Democrat Club from 8 to 8:30 a.m. And in the afternoon, join the Literary and Arts Magazine and the Chess Club. For young activists, there's a variety of Thursday clubs to choose from, such as the HRA, Human Rights Academy, the Green Club, Haiti Club, and the GSA, the Gay Straight Alliance. And from 3 to 4 p.m., join the Tabletop Games Club and Art Club and the Computer Science Club. Lastly, on Friday, join the Black Student Union, Feminist Club, and Debate Club. After school, in the auditorium, work with disabled adults to put on a great production with the Unified Theater. I'm Ava Berardi. Thanks for watching. This has been your special report.
Hello, I'm Thomas Schultz.
And I'm Sam Cipro.
And we're here today with things to do on the Cape. Since it's officially spring, it's time to get your bikes out. Cape Cod has much to offer when it comes to bike trails. The Cape Cod National Seashore has a bike trail that stretches Herring Cove Beach to Race Point Beach. Then there's the Cape Cod Rail Trail that stretches from Wellfleet to Dennis. Nickerson State Park also has a bike trail filled with some twists and turns. Cape Cod also offers plenty of beaches for those of you that like to take a nice walk on nice sandy beaches. There are plenty of beaches here, such as Coast Guard Beach, Nauset Light Beach, and First Encounter Beach. For all of you surfers, swimmers, and boogie boarders out there, I highly suggest that you look out for sharks. Stay away from seals and go swimming during low tide. As for activities for the kids, I highly recommend Eldridge Park, located right next to the Nauset Regional Middle School in Orleans. Eldridge Park gives your kids plenty of space to roam free, complete with a playground and tennis courts. And finally, if you're looking for an educational activity for kids of all ages, head over to the Museum of Natural History in Brewster. It offers you with interesting exhibits, including whales, sharks, birds, and coastal changes. Those are the exhibits that they offer. They have many saltwater, freshwater marine animal exhibits as well. Here's Sam Cipro with movies.
Hi, I'm here to talk about the movie scene. But
today I'm only here to talk about Us and Shazam. Us is a movie about a woman returning to her childhood beachfront with her family, fearing the worst from past trauma. When worst comes to worst and the family has to fight for their life, it turns into the racially charged movie we expect from director Jordan Peele. Viewed at 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, this is supposed to be the scariest movie of the year. Just remember, it's rated R. I'm also here to talk about Shazam. This is about a teenage boy blessed with the powers of a superhero. It is a good comeback for DC, and it was rated highly compared to other DC movies. Our own Ben Morgan says it was a great origin story and overall full of action and feel-good moments. This has been Sam Cipro.
And Thomas Schultz.
And these have been the things to do.